So you've been watching Government, and your interest is piqued. You heard about the Iowa caucus. You know there's primaries coming up, but when do you vote? You came to the right place. We'll go over that next, because Government starts right now. Hello Raindrops, new subscribers and old friends, and welcome to Government, Minutes That Matter. This is Mr. A asking you to take care of three things. Like and share this video, subscribe to this channel, and click on that notification bell so you know when our videos come out. As always, this video is dedicated to the glory of God who blessed this land. Well, you came to the right place because you want to know how to get involved. You're interested. You realize this is a very, very important election. You realize you have to get involved and you have to vote. How do you do it? When do you do it? You came to the right place. Here we go. First, let's talk about the Iowa caucus last week. Last week, the Iowa caucus went pretty much as expected. President Trump ended up with about 51% of the vote, which handily beat Nikki Haley and Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSantis actually finished second, a little bit ahead of Nikki Haley. Vivek Ramaswamy finished with about 7%, 8%, and that night he dropped out of the race and endorsed President Trump. Just yesterday, Sunday, the 21st of January, Governor Ron DeSantis of Florida dropped out of the race and endorsed President Trump. So in essence, it comes down to two people, President Trump and former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley. The New Hampshire primary is tomorrow, so it should be interesting. That's probably her best chance to get a victory. If she doesn't do it tomorrow, there just doesn't seem a way for her to do it. So this thing may be all but over now, but we still have a process to go through, and let's go over that now. So we're going to talk about the primaries and caucuses. First, if you want to vote, make sure you go to vote.gov, vote.gov, and you pick your state, and it goes through the process of how to do that. Or you can go to your voter registrar's office in the place you live, or go to your state's Secretary of State office and find out about registering to vote there. There are time limits, so make sure to look into that now so you can participate in the fun and pick the nominees the two nominees who one of them will probably, there's always a chance for a third party. Robert F. Kennedy is running as an independent, so we'll see what happens. But there's a very good chance that one of the two major parties, the Democrats and Republicans, their nominees will end up being president. So let's go. After you register to vote, you need to know when to vote. So I'm going to go down the list. It's going to be a lot, but I'm going to have all this information posted at the end of the video. You can pause your video at that point and see when the date is for your state. All right, so we started with last Monday, January 15th, the Iowa caucus just for the Republicans. Okay, Democrats not yet. Tomorrow, January 23rd, the New Hampshire primary for Democrats and Republicans. On February 3rd, the South Carolina primary for Democrats. On February 6th, the Nevada primary for Democrats. On February 8th, the Nevada caucus for the Nevada and Virgin Islands caucus for the Republicans. That is February 8th. February 24th, the South Carolina primary for the Republicans. February 27th, the Michigan primary for both the Democrats and Republicans. March 2nd, Idaho and Missouri, the Republican caucuses, or caucus. March 3rd, the District of Columbia primary for Republicans. March 4th, the North Dakota caucus for the Republicans. March 5th, there's a lot. Pay attention. Here we go. Alabama, the primary for Democrats and Republicans. Alaska, the caucus for Republicans. American Samoa, those are some good cookies. They are the caucus for the Democrats and the Republicans. Arkansas, primary for Democrats and Republicans. California, primary for Democrats and Republicans. Colorado, primary for Democrats and Republicans. Iowa, caucus for the Democrats. Maine, primary for Democrats and Republicans. Remember, this is still March 5th. Okay, Massachusetts, primary for Democrats and Republicans. The rest of these states on March 5th will be primaries for both parties. We had Massachusetts, Minnesota, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Utah, Vermont, and Virginia. That's all March 5th, primaries and caucuses, depending on the state. On March 12th, you have the Democrats abroad. Is that Democratic Women? Sorry. Democrats abroad, a primary for the Democrats. Georgia, primary for Democrats and Republicans. This is March 12th. Hawaii, caucus for the Republicans. Mississippi, primary for Democrats and Republicans. Northern Mariana, some delicious sauce. You have a primary for the Democrats. Washington, you have primary for the Democrats and Republicans. All on March 12th. March 15th, the caucus for Republicans in the Northern Mariana Islands. March 16th, the caucus for the island of Guam in the Pacific for the Republicans. March 19th, another slate of primaries for Democrats and Republicans. March 19th, Democrats and Republicans, all primaries, Arizona, Florida, Illinois, Kansas, and Ohio. We go on to March 23rd, primary for Democrats and Republicans, Louisiana. March 23rd, Missouri primary for Democrats. April 2nd, all primaries for both parties, Democrats and Republicans. April 2nd, Connecticut, Delaware, New York, Rhode Island, and Wisconsin. That is April 2nd, primaries for Democrats and Republicans. On April 6th, Democrats only, Alaska, Hawaii, and North Dakota, primaries for Democrats only. April 13th, caucus for Democrats in Wyoming. April 20th, caucus for Republicans in Puerto Rico. Now, only states vote in the Electoral College, but territories and other U.S.-controlled lands do have primaries and caucuses to help pick the nominee. So that was April 21st, Republican primary in Puerto Rico. April 23rd, Pennsylvania primary for Democrats and Republicans. April 28th, Puerto Rico primary for Democrats. May 7th, Indiana primary for both Democrats and Republicans. May 14th, all primaries for both parties, Maryland, Nebraska, and West Virginia. May 21st, primaries for both parties, Kentucky and Oregon. May 25th, caucus for Democrats only in Idaho. June 4th, the District of Columbia, primary for Democrats only. Montana, New Jersey, New Mexico, and South Dakota, primaries for both parties. That was June 4th. June 8th, caucus for the Democrats in Guam and the Virgin Islands. And that's the end of the nominating elections. Then we move on to the summer spectacle of national conventions for both parties. The home team, the team that controls the White House right now, always goes last at bats. And so we have July 15th through 18th, the Republican convention in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. August 19th through 22nd, the Democrat convention in Chicago, Illinois. Ooh, when it happened in '68 Chicago, that was a lot of fun. September 16th, there is a presidential debate in San Marcos, Texas. September 25th, a vice presidential debate in Easton, Pennsylvania. October 1st, a presidential debate in Petersburg, Virginia. October 9th, presidential debate in Salt Lake City, Utah. November 5th is the 2024 presidential election. And finally, on December 17th, the electors that were elected during the presidential election on November 5th will vote at their state capitals for president and vice president. And there we go, the whole calendar for primaries, caucuses, conventions, debates, and elections. Thanks so much for joining us today. I hope you paid attention because there will be a test at the next election. This is Mr. A reminding you that we, the people, are the government. We'll see you next time.